Hello, my name is Dr. Chaitanya and welcome to my new YouTube video. So today's practical is regarding the breast tumors and you have to write down the following things. So before going to the practical, we will take a small story break. So it's about the Reena who just passed out the final year and now went for the world tour as her parents promised for that. And going to the world tour, she saw the tulip garden and all these things. She enjoyed the Burj Khalifa, and after enjoying for 1 month, she came back to the home and now joined as an intern in the hospital back. One fine morning after a month of her trip, she got a lab report of her mom because her mom was having problem of breast lump since a long time, like 5 to 6 months in the right breast, and she got the report with the x-rays and a histopathology photograph. So she was surprised to see that and was not able to diagnose the case on the histopathology itself. So actually today's practical is regarding this x-ray and the histopathology. Coming to the normal histology before going to the practical, as I always do, that what is the normal anatomy and the histology of the breast. So as we all know that breast is contains a nipple surrounding areolar area, and this behind the nipple there is a one sinus called as the lactiniferous sinus and the collecting duct. So this collecting duct is divided into the major ducts or large duct. These large ducts are again divided into the very small ducts, and these small ducts again divided into very small ducts and connected with the acini. So these small ducts with the acini forms a one lobule. This is called as terminal ductal lobular unit, which is a functional unit, and this is called as the extralobular duct. This is called as the collecting duct. This is called as the lactiniferous sinus, and this is the main duct. This duct is lined by the epithelium of two types. One is called as the intraluminal epithelium or luminal epithelium, and the outside it is called as the abluminal epithelium or myoepithelial cells. So this is the normal anatomy and histological structure. Here you can see that here this is the large duct basically, and this is the one lobe which is connected with this collecting duct basically. So if you take this duct and you cut, or if you see this lobule, if you see your lobule and you cut over here, if you cut over this lobule over here, then you can see such a structure. Okay, so this is basically a lobule. This is basically a lobule, and showing the inside there is a many small ducts and acini, and this is the intralobular stroma. Okay, this is extralobular stroma. This is another lobule. This is another lobule which is connected with this collecting duct or large duct. So with these normal structures, we will go to the breast tumor classification. This is Abrys classification. Hope this classification has been covered for you in your theory lecture, so I am not going in detail. So in simple, whatever I told you in the histology is just that there is a TDLU, that is the terminal ductal lobular unit, and inside that there is a stroma. So from this stroma, if any benign tumor is arising, it is called as fibroadenoma or the phylloids. Okay, and the tumor which is arising from the epithelium anywhere from the duct, it is called as the epithelial tumor or invasive ductal carcinoma. It is maybe of many type, either it is no special type or either like a medullary tumor, mucinous tumor, or lobular carcinoma or invasive ductal carcinoma. Now there is one more classification which is called as the molecular classification, and which is currently used in the practical terminology, which is very important and newer for exam point of view also. So coming to the description of the specimen, as I always told you the some points regarding how to describe the specimen. So this one is the point which is very important for you in the specimen of breast. Like procedure should be named before you go to the description. You should name the procedure, that is whether the specimen is radical mastectomy, lobectomy or total lobectomy. You should give the measurement in the form of total specimen is measuring around 17 into 9 into 5 centimeter, like that. Then you should mention about the overlying skin, nipple, areolar area. For example, it is measuring around 4 into 5 centimeter. And then about the tumor lesion. So about size, shape, color, border, number, all these things I already explained you. Even you can get it again in the thyroid practical also. And a mention about the external surface and cut surface, whether it is capsulated, non-capsulated, encapsulated, or you got any lesion from the outside of from the outside of the specimen also. So with this so we will come to the today's practical, that is the fibroadenoma gross and microscopy. Here this is the gross and here are the microscopy, two types. So basically the fibroadenoma is a kind of a stromal tumor and it is an intralobular stromal tumor. Here in this microscopy you can see that there are the two tissues you can see clearly differentiated. This one is the actually a normal breast with the lobules, and this one is the your fibroadenoma, which is showing that this glandular pattern or these tubes has been intralobular ducts and the acini has been compressed. So somewhere it is compressed so much and somewhere this duct patency is maintained, and this stroma is cellular or stroma is increased in the number. So this stroma basically compressing here and it is also compressing here. So between these two ducts the stroma is increased, it is called as increased cellularity and compressing the your acini tubules and the glands. So this is called as basically two types histologically, which one pattern is called as the intracanaliculaar pattern and another one called as the pericanalicular pattern. When it is compressing completely, then it is called as intracanaliculaar, whereas when the tubules are patent or ducts are patent, it is called as the pericanalicular pattern. So these are the two histological patterns. As the stroma is increased and these tubes becomes ducts becomes slits like, so that on the grass also you can see here this is encapsulated tumor measuring around 3 to 4 centimeter, and on the cut section it shows the slit like appearance. So this is a whitish slit like encapsulated tumor which is formalin fixed and wet mount preserved specimen of the breast, and so it is the fibroadenoma. So come next slide, that is the giant fibroadenoma. Again the same description, but only thing is its diameter has been increased, which is more than 10 centimeter. So it is called as the giant fibroadenoma. When it is coming in the adolescent girl, then it is the name changed to the juvenile fibroadenoma, which comes in the adolescent girl. So this description will remain same, that is the encapsulated tumor measuring around 12 to 13 centimeter in the diameter and a slit like appearance. In the color it is a white or grayish hard. Okay, another one important thing is fibroadenoma is benign, so margins are most of the time it is a regular margin. Okay, so regular margins are there, and it is also called as the mouse of a breast. Okay, mouse of a breast, because whenever you palpating it will run away from its place. So these all things are actually features. Coming to the malignant feature, here you can see clearly that this is the actually histopathology which I shown you in the Rina's mother's report, and this is the x-ray. So here you can see this is the normal histology which I already shown you. This is the normal duct, and now it has been converted into this. The pathology I am not going to describe or to teach you here in as this is a practical. So here what I want to mention you that these ducts become irregular, and this individual epithelial cell shows the malignancy change. That malignancy change means increase NC ratio. Then the nuclei is showing the anisonucleosis and irregular nuclear membrane. The another thing is you will get the abnormal mitosis over here, and this you can see pink thing is increased. This is called as the collagen. Okay, this increase in collagen is due to the desmoplasia, or whenever these glands and ducts are becoming irregular and invading the surrounding parenchyma, this parenchyma gives the reaction. This reaction is called as the desmoplasia. And this desmoplasia, due to this desmoplasia, there is increase in these collagen bundles or collagen around this tumor. Okay, so these are the microscopic feature, and here in x-ray I would like to mention you that this is the irregular tumor basically. Okay, so this is irregular tumor in the x-ray, and the same histology shows you the malignant changes. So this is the slide of the invasive ductal carcinoma, and the specimen of the same slide, here you can see that it is a formalin preserved or wet mounted formalin preserved specimen of the breast measuring around 11 into 5 into 4 centimeter, and here you can see that the skin is measuring around 11 into 4 centimeter, and the patches are basically, the patches means that the breast cancer has involved this area under the skin, and the nipple is retracted. So this nipple is retracted, this word is very important when you are describing this specimen. So another point regarding the thumb rule, that is the your description of the tumor. So here you can see that this is the tumor, which is a grayish white in color and around 3 into 4 centimeter, irregular margin. Okay, this is on cut section. Basically, if you take a breast like this, nipple areola are there, then you section the breast like this on the distance of 1 centimeter, and this is what the same specimen. If you keep the specimen now like this, if you keep specimen like this, and if you cut like this, so this is the same specimen showing that this is the tumor. Okay, so this is the tumor of breast cancer. Histology I already discussed. So this is actually a invasive ductal carcinoma. The same specimen it is described over here is invasive lobular carcinoma. I am sorry for the photograph, but the description is one and the same. Here again on the slice you can see the tumor, irregular margins, and around 2 to 3 centimeter in the diameter. So it is a lobular carcinoma. Why it is lobular carcinoma? Basically, again, this is the normal breast tumor histology I covered already. So here difference I would like to tell you. Here you can see the difference is that actually tumor cells are in the line. Okay, so when you keep the files in your desk or in your cupboard, you can see that the files are like this. Single files has been kept like this. Similarly, these cells are like one by other, or like a soldier's footing on the soldiers are on the march. So these cells are in the line. This is called as the file pattern, or single pattern, or Indian file pattern. This is the characteristic histological feature of the lobular carcinoma. Why it is lobular carcinoma is having this pattern? Because whenever between the two cells these are attached, this is due to the E-cadherin. This E-cadherin has been lost in case of our lobular carcinoma, and so that now cell become discohesive. So they will become in a single line or singly scattered. Here you can see that some singly scattered cells. Again the description is same, but one important thing is this cell become monotonous, small, and blue in color. So these are the few features which under the microscope can be seen in the lobular carcinoma. So coming to the take home message, just to revise whatever we saw until now, we saw the fibroadenoma, which is encapsulated on cut section, shows the slit like appearance. On the microscopy there are the two types of features. We can see that intracanalicular and the pericanalicular. Then we saw the normal histology already I told you. This is the giant fibroadenoma on cut section, shows the slit like appearance. This diameter is more than 10 centimeter. This is the microscopic feature of your invasive ductal carcinoma. Here ducts are irregular, malignant cells are there showing the malignant features. Irregular atypical mitosis can be seen, and on the grossly here skin is also appear to be involved, and the tumor is around 3 into 4 centimeter, grayish white color, and irregular in the size. The same description for this, but in this case the histology shows the lobular carcinoma as cells are in the single file pattern, monotonous, small, round, blue cell tumor. So this is the your description and the today's practical. Thank you.